What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room. And this is where we at now. So you clearly see the title of the broadcast. So over in Europe, they're having a serious issue. They've already been truly invaded. And the thing of this I asked that question in the title and stuff like that to see what people are thinking. Get down in the comments and let me know. Because it seems to me that Europe has truly just given over to these invaders and things like that. And we're going to see throughout this broadcast right here some examples of what's going on over in Europe and things like that. So we're going to dive off into this. Quarters, nickels, and dimes.
This is what 2025 in Germany looks like.
I've actually never seen anything like this. I mean,
or in your car.
So this is in Germany. Jesus Christ. Let's see. Immigrant floods. Man, Jesus. So, this is a sad situation here, people. And when you have countries with no borders and stuff like that, it's pretty much a free for all for the whole world. And throughout the history of this planet, this has not been allowed unless you're truly being invaded. People that wanted your country, they had to come over with arms and armies and stuff like that and take your country. People weren't just allowing them in like how it's going on today. This is totally crazy that the governments of the world are seeming to have given up, and they just letting these people in Europe just come and go. They're all over in Germany, France, England. It's going crazy out here. This is wild. Let's keep going.
Illegal immigration in Europe is out of control. It is affecting every single person living in Europe, not just financially, because many illegal immigrants are asylum seekers. They're dependent on welfare systems of European countries, which are very extensive. But they're also affected when it comes to safety. I was just speaking to my family, and they love going to Christmas markets, just opened to Germany or Austria. But now they're like, well, actually, we're not gonna go because we looked at the stats, and in the past 5 years, there's been at least one attack in these Christmas markets that we go to in Dresden every year, at least one attack every year, where a truck driven by an illegal immigrant hits the crowds, just drives into the crowds, right, and kills a bunch of people.
Damn, and we're not hearing about any of this over here. This is how you know the news is crazy out here. Even the world news. Like, I mean, we're not these stores are obviously not making it out of here. Took a tractor and just drove through the crowd. Man, wow.
This is not okay. This is not okay. This immigration wave is really eradicating the foundation of Europe. It's eradicating cultures. It's eradicating our system of law. And these people are not, I mean, they are trying to be asylum seekers, but they're not really escaping to get to a safe place and to get a job and assimilate to the culture of the country and be a good person or a good citizen eventually. They are coming for the purpose of destroying Europe. A lot of these people are Muslims, and they are coming to destroy the Christian foundation of Europe. And I think it is important to to say this and acknowledge it and do something about it. Because if we don't do anything about it, look at their birth rates. Their birth rates are like 6, 7 children per woman. Our birth rates are 1 child per woman. So
Yeah, and that's a huge issue. And that's the same thing that we talk about. And also in life, if you look at the situation or demographics, definitely the poorest people tend to have the most children. The higher you go up with finances, the less children more super wealthy people have. Those are just facts though. But in our reality here, I find this to be, pretty wild here. I'm wondering what's going on with the leadership situation in Europe and stuff like that. Like, because, like I said in previous broadcasts, we have to clean house over here as well. And we have natural born citizens who has bloodline and lineage in this country that have turned their backs on us and allowing these illegals to come in. So I'm wondering if they have the same issue with their elected officials and stuff like that, these people grew up and have ancestry for, thousands of years. Cause I mean, Europe go all the way back before America was even, basically in existence. So these people over there and those, cause they got ancestry, God knows how, how far back. To turn their backs on their country like this, I guarantee you their ancestors are rolling over in their graves. This is crazy out here, but this is where we at, people. Let's keep going.
About the open immigration that's occurring here in the United Kingdom.
It's killed the country. It's killing the country. I don't understand. The government even said on national television that immigrants' rights can come before the British people live on telly. They said that. So we have people, like I'm a veteran, I served in the British Army for 20 years. We have soldiers here who are living on the streets but have nowhere to go. But
same problem we having over here. Their soldiers are living on the streets too. And to be honest with you, man, they have these people, our soldiers and stuff like that, in a majority like that, pretty much out on the streets, strung out, stuff like that, to keep them docile. Let's just be honest with you, because a productive soldier that's highly trained by our own military will be a huge issue whenever, the powers that be decide to go left, which they're trying to do now.
Immigrant who just comes over illegally on a boat gets the right to have a 5-star hotel, 5 meals a day, free money and a free mobile phone and free NHS and dental treatment, where the soldier and the homeless man gets absolutely nothing. Hopefully we're going to have Nigel Farage, who is like Donald Trump. They're both best friends. And I think as soon as that connects, both our countries are going to become one again, like with a special relationship, because we'll both be singing off the same song street. If you can stop immigration and get it to zero, and if you can get rid of all the crime in Washington, D.C., why can't we get rid of all the crime in London? Why can't we?
Wow. Shows you that they paying attention to what's going on over here. And of course they would be, I'm totally shocked. Definitely by Britain, definitely by London. I am totally shocked by the English people in fucking London and Great Britain and stuff. I'm totally shocked. Because once upon a time, that whole family used to actually pretty much own the world. I'm completely baffled by how this is going today. Knowing history of the country of England. Jesus, the Royal Navy, man, what happened to them people? What happened to them people, bro? Wow, their ancestors, the King Charles, all of them, their ancestors really turning over in their grave. Shit, you just let the homeland just go to shit, overran by immigrants, got your countrymen out there starving. Oh my goodness, man, this is trash. This is trash out there. Man, dude, ooh-wee. Jesus.
Stop all the immigration. So, we could send those boats back. We need to get it to the ECHR, the International Court of Human Rights, because we set that up during World War II to make things better for people. But it's now biting us in the bum because Europe hates us because we left the European Union, and they're trying to stick one up us because of it.
Man, so, the European Union is doing a lot out here. And this is where they're at with the foolishness and the chaos and the anarchy that they trying to release on not only the Europe, but, they trying to leak it over here as well. Man, I'm hearing all things behind the scenes about the European Union. So let's keep going. Let's check this one out too.
It's absolutely gobsmacking. It's literally 13 seconds long. Just listen to what the man says and listen to the very first sentence that comes out of his mouth, because it's astonishing when you actually think about it. Just quickly watch this and then I'll come back and leave some comments. Let me know what your thoughts are.
The government has lost control of our borders, and we can see that with the number of crossings there are across the channel in small boats. We have to stop that. And I think the only way to stop that is to smash the gangs that are running this vile trade.
Unbelievable. The Prime Minister of our country saying the government has lost control. And he says it, when he says it like the government, it's almost like he's not the head of that government. It's like he's talking about a third party or another body. But he's admitting that the government have lost control of our borders, lost control of migrants crossing the channel, that it's out of control. He's been in power for 10 months. He came into power promising to stop this, but it's got worse. The problem is increasing. The numbers are going up. And he himself admits that the government that he is in charge of has lost control.
This is wild, bro. Jesus, man. Jesus. So their own prime minister over there, the coward that he is sitting around here. Listen, I'm going to put it this way. Either he's truly a coward and doesn't want to do his job, or he's being controlled by something bigger than him, and his hands are tied. Yeah, it's either one of the two, if not both, because I don't see how the prime minister came on what they call the telly and tell the whole United Kingdom that basically he's lost control of the government and they're just going to allow these entities to come into their country, feed them, clothe them over the citizens who have ancestry there. These people's lineage, like I say, definitely in London here, go back for thousands of years. These people got ancestors buried over there that you can't even fathom how old the graves are. This is ridiculous to me, bro. London is seriously full of shit, bro. Man, I don't see how this is happening to once used to be the most powerful nation on the planet. Man, if this ain't a testament to how crazy shit could get, I don't know what you people are thinking out here. So we're going to keep going.
UN not solving the problems it should too often. It's actually creating new problems for us to solve. The best example is the #1 political issue of our time, the crisis of uncontrolled migration. It's uncontrolled. Your countries are being ruined. The United Nations is funding an assault on Western countries and their borders. In 2024, the UN budgeted $372 million in cash assistance to support an estimated 624,000 migrants journeying into the United States. Think of that. The UN is supporting people that are illegally coming into the United States. And
now y'all wondering why we pulled out the UN. All this shit coming to light here, bro. All this shit coming to light. You know what I'm saying? Man, dude, whatever going on with the UN and their hidden agendas and stuff like that, they're working overtime to make sure that they spread people around the world that's going to provide detriment, destruction, chaos, and stupidity. This is crazy, bro.
We have to get them out. The UN also provided food, shelter, transportation, and debit cards to illegal aliens. Can you believe that?
Mm-hmm.
On the way to infiltrate our southern border. Millions of people came through that southern border. Just a year ago, millions and millions of people were pouring in, 25 million altogether over the 4 years of the incompetent Biden administration. And now we have it stopped, totally stopped. In fact, they're not even coming anymore because they know they can't get through. But
right.
What took place is totally unacceptable. The UN is supposed to stop invasions, not create them and not finance them. In the United States, we reject the idea that mass numbers of people from foreign lands can be permitted to travel halfway around the world, trample our borders, violate our sovereignty, cause unmitigated crime, and deplete our social safety net. We have reasserted that America belongs to the American people, and I encourage all countries to take their own stand in defense of their citizens as well. You have to do that because I see it. I'm not mentioning names. I see it, and I can call every single one of them out. You're destroying your countries. They're being destroyed. Europe is in serious trouble. They've been invaded by a force of illegal aliens like nobody's ever seen before. Illegal aliens are pouring into Europe. Nobody is ever, and nobody's doing anything to change it, to get them out. It's not sustainable. And because they choose to be politically correct, they're doing just absolutely nothing about it. And I have to say, I look at London where you have a terrible mayor, terrible, terrible mayor. And it's been so changed, so changed. Now they want to go to Sharia law, but you're in a different country. You can't do that. Both the immigration and their suicidal energy ideas will be the death of Western Europe if something is not done immediately. This cannot be sustained. According to the Council of Europe in 2024, almost 50% of inmates in German prisons were foreign nationals or migrants. In Austria, the number was 53% of the people in prisons were from places that weren't from where they are now. In Greece, the number was 54%, and in Switzerland, beautiful Switzerland, 72% of the people in prisons are from outside of Switzerland. When your prisons are filled with so-called asylum seekers who repaid kindness, and that's what they did, they repaid kindness with crime, it's time to end the failed experiment of open borders. You have to end it now. See, I can tell you, I'm really good at this stuff. Your countries are going to hell. Not only is the UN not...
Man, so the president said it. The president said it. And yes, this is where we at here now. Man, and he was at the UN when he said it. You could see, that's the United Nations period, with the symbols and stuff like that. Man, this is wild, bro. This is wild. And they're allowing their people over there, the natural born people of those areas, to be trampled over, that pay the taxes there, how their money works, in their country. And these and the governments are just allowing it, man. I'm wondering what's going on behind the scenes, because it has to be some stuff going on behind the scenes that's not being talked about. For these governments to just allow this to go on to their own citizens, it doesn't make any logical sense to me that this would just be allowed to happen to their own citizens. They would do this to themselves. Like we're pretty sure the government officials are natural born citizens of those countries too. So like, why would you do that to yourself as well? Because you live there too, grew up there as well. Man, this is crazy out here, man. But it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.